Somewhere between police brutality and daytime TV, I'm living in a suspended reality, trying to decide if I want milk in my coffee and rubbing my eyes in amazement that this is the biggest decision in my life currently. Rolling over half awake, my brain adjusts and separates, the dreams of tents flapping wildly in the wind, of hands outstretched for chickpeas in tins. Blink, blink, focus, think, I'm not there, I'm here, but I don't even know where here is. All I know is I'm teetering on the edge of the abyss of not coping, and if I'm not careful, I'll fall in. Prepare myself for the day. And I know that every cloud has a supposed silver lining, but right now all I see is grey, because I found colour where I never thought I would, and I love a place that did nobody any good, and yet it did. My life is a comparison of what I am now and what I was then. My body is present, but my mind is elsewhere, scanning the sand dunes. I miss it, but it's not mine to miss. And they ask, how was it? What is it you're expecting me to say? I bite my tongue and scan the chaos in my brain looking for some sense so that I can explain, trying to separate the facts from the pain, but I get nowhere. It sweeps up into a tidal wave of anger which, just before I open my mouth, crashes hard, leaving waves of sadness to lap against my skull. Looking for words I know I don't have, I simply smile limply and say, good. It was good. Well, not really, but it was good, wasn't it? Weren't there moments where in the face of cruelty I saw raw kindness and beauty? Where drinking tea taught me the grace of humility, huddled under tarpaulin and donated blankets, knowing that nothing else will ever quite match this. But let's not romanticise. It wasn't all stories and chai, it was dark. So dark that the stars dissolved and silhouettes were rendered invisible. So dark that young boys resolved to climb the fence and do the impossible, clutching for their life to the cold metal of an axle, praying that this plan would have no more cracks in, and shitting themselves to the sound of the brakes on. And you want to know how it was? Grown men, wrapped up in riot gear, misled by duty and turned on by fear, laden with weapons and bulletproof vests, each shot one closer to their personal best, running an all-day buffet of degradation, each helping served up with extra humiliation, taking shoes from young men whose crime was to exist, opening school bags and books to wet them with piss, saying no just because they can with the long-standing threat of tear gas in their hands. And you want to know how it was? I want to tell you every detail, but I don't think you deserve it. I want to make you understand the truth, but I can hardly bear it. We've been picking up the pieces that our government's deserted, and you think you've done your bit with that £5 you donated, but that is not enough. And maybe nothing ever will be. Maybe all this is too much, but you don't win battles by sitting as they pass by, and you don't become informed by watching news on Sky, and they'll never hear your voice unless you shout and cry and fight for the justice you know has been denied, and put aside the paperwork that stops us saving lives. So get outside your comfort zone. I'm begging you to try. Don't wonder how it was, because the energy I have is almost out of stories, and I have to preserve it so I can keep on going. My body might be here, but my mind is always wandering, and it takes a lot to harness it and stop sanity from draining. No, I don't think everyone should care, because yes, I understand there are other things in the air, but God damn it, I wish you would, because then we would have something to share. This passion, this fury, this permanent winter of discontent, it burns deep inside, keeping me warm with its intent to gather the indifferent, call up the lost, lure in the apathetic at whatever the cost, because once you've tuned in, you can never switch off.